Good Wednesday morning, Meteorologist Ted Schmidt talking about some scorching heat that's headed our way today. We've been dealing with warm, humid weather for a couple of weeks now. The really heavy humidity at times, coupled with a lot of sunshine, more often than not over the past few days, really helping make for a very steamy, sticky environment, but today especially hot and especially humid. We're looking at temperatures in the 90s with heat index approaching 100 later on. Right now it's 75. Here's our Quality Group camera from Assisi Heights, and so far a nice looking day. It's starting to feel pretty warm out there. There's a nice little breeze though. You're going to feel that today. That's going to try to stir things up a little bit. But those south winds are also going to be responsible for pulling in some of that really warm, juicy air that's going to impact our Wednesday. The good news is, the silver lining here is it's a one-day deal. We're going to have this type of heat, this what we would consider oppressive heat and humidity, something that you might experience in Houston or southern Alabama, something like that this time of the year. But some places in the country, this is a standard day in the summer for us. It's once in a great while type weather. But 75 degrees, dew point approaching 70 already. We're going to be in the mid-70s at times with that humidity, and it's going to feel like it's 95 to 100. So a very hot, humid day is ahead of us. But good news is, again, aside from the fact that it's a one-day deal, the severe weather threat takes a day off. We're not worried about that at all today. The big headlines today are all related to the heat itself, not so much thunderstorms or severe weather or anything like that. We could use some rain, though, and we will have a chance on Thursdays. We'll see on our forecast. 75 right now in Rochester, Mason City 75, 78 already in Rushford and La Crosse 76 here. We're just a little bit past 8:30. On this Wednesday morning. 75 again, dew point 70. That's some pretty sticky stuff. Not the highest dew point temperature we're going to see all season, but certainly higher than a lot of what we've seen recently. Air pressure is steady, 29.85 inches of mercury. Day planner today, a lot of sunshine. We go into the afternoon, topping out around 92 with that temperature. We factor in dew points that at times will be around 73, 74. It's going to feel like it's about 95 to 100. Those winds, look at these winds, 15 miles per hour, 17 miles per hour. That is going to be, well, it's going to be nice. We see how that going for us. Thunderstorms go to the north, going right to the Twin Cities right now. All of that will miss us to the north. We are going to stay dry until late tonight. That warm front's moving through right now, allowing that really warm tropical air mass to work its way in. But as that cold front approaches from the west, that will trigger some more thunderstorm chances late tonight for parts of tomorrow. Here is a heat advisory. The entire viewing area is in that from 11 o'clock this morning until 7 this evening. It's going to be kind of dangerously hot if you're not careful, so it's going to be pretty warm stuff. Late tonight, here come the thunderstorms, severe weather risk, a marginal risk for us for the most part, as large hail damaging winds may impact the area after midnight. Temperatures drop into the 70s overnight, and then we'll make it to the mid and maybe upper 80s tomorrow. Not as hot and not quite as humid. We do have a cold front coming through that's going to trigger those thunderstorm chances. Large hail damaging winds and some heavy rainfall and some of the heavier storms tomorrow, especially in the afternoon until about 5 or 6 o'clock when that front moves onto the east. And then Friday, get a break from the really heavy humidity and rain chances altogether. A lot of sunshine. Friday actually looks like a nice summer day. We've had a few of those recently. It's going to be, warmer than average, but not as hot and not as humid and a little less stormy, less dramatic anyway. But keep in mind, when I say, it's good to avoid the severe weather, yes, but we could actually use some more of those rain chances. We've had some scattered about the map. Some spots have had quite a bit of rain last few days. Some have had nothing. We could use some a little more. We've had 2/100 of an inch in Rochester so far this entire month. That was that brief shower yesterday. And we are now 1 inch below normal for the month already, and pretty much right on average for the entire year. But for the summer, we are below normal. We've been dry as of late. High-res future track staying north of those rain chances right through today. I start seeing some of those thunderstorms developing to the west. Those will roll in around 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. First batch, another redeveloping batch comes in the afternoon. Humidity begins to drop off. We had a break from the really heavy stuff for a while. Dew points instead of the 70s, low and mid 60s by Saturday and Sunday. But futurecast, looking at some thunderstorms. Here's the time frame for tonight. A couple of storms may roll in late. Better chance for most of us with the upper level disturbance. It's going to ride along that cold front. Watch these storms building in from Iowa, southeast to Minnesota. all across Wisconsin tomorrow, especially between noon and about 5 or 6 o'clock. Best chance for widespread storms and some heavy downpours of rain. Hopefully not severe weather, but a downpour of rain wouldn't be a terrible thing at this point. Friday, looking at some sunshine and mid-80s. So severe weather risk is there tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, but scattered storms otherwise overall throughout the day on Thursday, and then no rain chances surrounding that, maybe an isolated storm chance on Saturday, but severe weather not a concern with that. And beyond that, the next few days after tomorrow look pretty dry and quiet. So hopefully get the much needed rain and we can relax and enjoy a quiet weekend. 92 today in Rochester, 93 Mason City, 94 Red Wing, heat index 95 to 100, especially after in the mid-afternoon. 92 the high, we dropped to low 70s tonight. Heat index 95 to 100, south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight 71 thunderstorms after midnight, and then tomorrow 86 scattered showers and thunderstorms, occasional sunshine, a warm and humid day with southwest winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Weekend outlook, a couple of storms possible Saturday afternoon, evening. High temperatures in mid-80s, again not quite as muggy as recent days. And here's a 7-day outlook overall. A couple thunderstorms Saturday, and we may wait until the middle of next week to see anything. Maybe an isolated storm chance, but low and mid or upper 80s again down the road. So still a lot of hot days. Not as hot as the 90s we're looking at today, but still some pretty stuffy, steamy stuff for much of the next few days as we stick with this overall very warm weather pattern. And we'll have to deal with this for another couple weeks, perhaps the entire remainder of July as it stands right now. I've been checking the Climate Prediction Center's outlook, and it may go right to the length of July with these mid and upper 80s, and every so often the gasp of 90-degree heat. So try to stay cool today, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow for Thursday.